quedarse con la boca abierta. Quedarse con la boca abierta. What does this mean? This means to be speechless. So if you want to say to be speechless in Spanish, you can use this phrase. Quedarse con la boca abierta. Let me tell you that quedarse, quedar is a verb that means to stay or to keep. Se is just there to let you know that you can use reflexive pronouns with this phrase or with this verb. Con means with. The boca means mouth. Abierta means open. It can also be masculine. You can say abierto, and that means open as well. But abierta is feminine, and that's because boca, the noun, is feminine. La boca. So you need to say abierta. La boca abierta, open mouth. Quedarse con la boca abierta means to keep your mouth open. That is the literal translation. So essentially you're saying that your mouth is open because you can't believe what is happening. This phrase is very similar to the phrase to be speechless. Okay, so you have no words. You have no words. So let's look at some examples using this phrase. The first example is me quedé con la boca abierta al ver el resultado. Me quedé con la boca abierta al ver el resultado. This means I was speechless when I saw the result. We could be talking about some test result. We could be talking about how something looks after it went through some, for example, renovation. So you are speechless because it could be good or it could be bad. Something you like or something you don't like. Now let's break this down and let's see how this sentence works. Me is a reflexive pronoun. So it says here that we can use reflexive pronouns. And here we have the first one. Me can mean I, me, or myself. So me in this situation means I. Okay? Quedé con la boca abierta. So that's the phrase we're learning. And that means was speechless. So me quedé con la boca abierta. The whole thing means I was speechless. Let's include abierta. Me quedé con la boca abierta means I was speechless. I was speechless. Al is the combination of two words, a el. When you have that in Spanish, it becomes al. And al means to the. But in this situation, if you want to continue saying something after saying this expression, this phrase, you can say al, okay? Me quedé con la boca abierta al ... So you're adding more information. That's a very important thing to notice. Right after, you can add a verb, okay? Al ver is a verb and it means to see or to watch or to look at. So when you say me quedé con la boca abierta al ver, that means I was speechless when I saw. I know it's not a literal translation, but that's how you can use this phrase. If you want to add more information, you can say al and then a verb. And the verb has to be in the infinitive form, so that means don't conjugate it. So you can say me quedé con la boca abierta al leer, for example. So I was speechless when I read something, for example. And obviously, yeah, you can change this to any other verb you would like to add there. So when you say, me quedé con la boca abierta al ver, I was speechless when I saw, and then we have el, that means the, and then resultado, resultado means result, okay? Me quedé con la boca abierta al ver el resultado. I was speechless when I saw the result. Okay? So this one is a very easy phrase to use. You just need to know how to use it. Let's look at another example using this phrase. The next example is: todos se quedaron con la boca abierta por la sorpresa. Todos se quedaron con la boca abierta por la sorpresa. This means everyone was speechless by the surprise. So maybe we're talking about a surprise party, birthday party, I don't know. But essentially everyone was like, wow, oh my God. We don't know what the surprise is, but apparently it was big enough for everyone to be speechless. Now let's break this down. Let's see how this sentence works. Todos, todos. Todos means everybody or everyone. Okay? Se is the reflexive pronoun. We have it here as well. And we need to include the rest. Se quedaron con la boca abierta. That's the phrase we're learning. And that means was speechless. Okay? Por, by. One of the meanings of por is by. La sorpresa. La means the. Sorpresa means surprise. Okay? So it's very easy. It's an easy example. Now, we don't have al in this example. As I said before, you can say al and then you need a verb. But you can also say por and then add a noun. We have the definite article, right? But also a noun. Todos se quedaron con la boca abierta por la sorpresa. You can change this noun to something else. For example, you can say pizza. Todos se quedaron con la boca abierta por la pizza. So essentially what you're saying here is everyone was speechless because of the pizza. Okay? But essentially what I want to show you here is that you are using por and then a noun to just add more information to this phrase. And it's correct. You can say that as well. Here you had a verb and here you have a noun. This second example is also similar to saying the pizza left everyone speechless, something like that. So now you know what this sentence means and how to use this phrase, quedarse con la boca abierta. Remember, that means to be speechless. Like this video if you learned some Spanish. Also leave more examples using quedarse con la boca abierta. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for watching. Muchas gracias por ver este video. Adiós. I want to give a big shout out to our Cafecito members: Christopher Michael, Ruby Brockenberry, Brianna L, Michael Lee, Regulation D, Hanko Juan, Christine Mache, Washti Bader, Formula Air, JSE, and also thank you to Alan K, who got a Cafecito membership recently. If you want to support this channel and buy me a cup of coffee, please check out the Cafecito membership by clicking on the join button down below. Muchas gracias.